Unconditional love also needs to be done properly. You know, loving your child unconditionally isn't just a sweet idea, it's a challenging journey. Hi there. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and super important topic, unconditional love for our kids. Sounds easy, right? But in reality, it's an art, and one that many of us are still figuring out. Loving your child isn't just about giving them everything they want. And today, we're going to explore exactly why that is and how to do it the right way. Let's get started. What is unconditional love? And why is it so hard? Have you ever found yourself snapping at your child, only to realize later it wasn't really about them? Maybe it was the long day at work, the unpaid bills piling up, or just plain exhaustion. And yet, your child becomes the one to bear the brunt of it. Here's the thing, this might stem from our own childhoods. Many of us didn't grow up with the kind of unconditional love we needed. We weren't guided on how to regulate our emotions. And now, as parents, we face the same challenge, how to love our children unconditionally while teaching them to manage their emotions. When a child grows up with true unconditional love, they develop a strong inner compass. They learn to listen to themselves, act with integrity, and strive to be the best version of who they can be. Isn't that what we all want for our kids? But hey, unconditional love doesn't mean giving in to every whim or demand. Okay, how do kids learn to regulate their emotions? Have you ever seen your child have a meltdown, crying, yelling, maybe even throwing things? What's your first reaction in those moments? The most important thing we can do is model the behavior we want to see. Children learn emotional regulation by watching and imitating their parents. Picture this. When your child is upset, instead of yelling back, you stay calm and say, "I see you're frustrated. Let's take a deep breath and talk about it." When they're angry, you respond with understanding instead of reacting harshly. Are you feeling sad or scared behind all that anger? Let's figure it out together. Little moments like these, simple as they may seem, are teaching your child's brain how to self-soothe. They're learning how to handle stress and big feelings by observing you. Experts call this emotion coaching, which sounds pretty fancy, doesn't it? But really, it's just another name for the unconditional love every child needs. That's what unconditional love is all about: boundaries, patience, and a whole lot of heart. Unconditional love isn't about spoiling your child. Some parents think loving their child means always giving in to their demands. But true unconditional love looks a little different. It's about seeing the fear, overwhelm, or emotional overload behind your child's misbehavior. It's about listening and soothing their difficult feelings, rather than rushing to punish them. It's about pausing to ask yourself, how can I help my child right now, instead of letting your own frustration take over? For instance, when your child makes a mistake, instead of scolding, try sitting with them and saying, "I know you didn't mean to do that. Let's work on fixing it together. Trust me." This works better than any punishment ever could. Children who are guided this way often learn to regulate their emotions and behavior much earlier than others. And even better, they feel closer to you, knowing you're there to support them, not just when they're good. But even when they mess up, unconditional love, the lesson that lasts a lifetime. As you can see, unconditional love isn't just about helping your child become happier, it's also about giving them the most valuable lesson you'll ever teach them. Not their IQ, not their grades, but their ability to manage emotions. That's the key to long-term success and happiness. But let's be honest, it's not easy. Is it? We're only human. And we all have moments where we lose patience. If that happens, don't beat yourself up. The important thing is recognizing it and working to do better next time. Oh, and by the way, this isn't just about kids. It applies to other relationships too, your partner, your spouse. Loving unconditionally, showing understanding, and being patient can help both of you weather life's storms together. Thank you for listening. Why not give some of these tips a try? Because when you love your child the right way, you're giving them the greatest gift of all. Are you ready to take on the challenge? And hey, if you've got stories to share, I'd love to hear them.